Welcome back to The Average Kitchen, bringing you a very special episode today. The great debate, hot topic these days, the Ninja Combi or the Ninja Speedi, which should you choose? All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna run these head to head. We've been getting a lot of comments, which we love, asking us, Mark, Jamie, Speedi, Combi, which should I choose? Well, the Speedi's been out a little bit longer, and I can tell you that Jamie uses this in his kitchen 3-4 days a week. He's got a lot of miles on this, I think it's fair to say. The Combi we reviewed, that video came out a couple months back. Very, very well watched. It's a really, really nice product. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna do chicken parm with pasta. Now I say pasta, you may say pasta. I did get a chirp at the one point when somebody's like, I don't like the way you say it. Sorry, that's how we say it here. That's how I say it. So chicken parm with pasta and a marinara sauce on the bottom racks, as we're gonna show you the bottom trays, and we're gonna see how they do head to head. So the island is full of stuff here, so I apologize if I'm fumbling over stuff, but we're gonna start getting our stuff ready. So as you can see, if you have not watched the Ninja Speedi video, Combi video, 2 trays, 1 up top, 1 down below. So on the bottom side here, we're gonna put in half of our pasta, which, what did we say that was? How many ounces, Jamie? The bag here is 500 grams, so we're gonna do roughly 250 per, and I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. 8 ounces, half the bag. I'll put that in here so you can see it. Calls for 2 cups, this recipe for the Combi, 2 cups of marinara, 1.5 cups chicken broth. So we're gonna put in our marinara, and then we're gonna measure off. Got chicken broth, just a pre-made box that you can buy here in Canada. What did I say? 1.5 cups, right, Jamie?
Correct.
I'm gonna pour that in, and then we're gonna give it a good stir. Make sure everything's evenly coated. Now, it may not look awesome right now, obviously, but I can tell you, pretty excited about this dish. I'm gonna slide that in on the bottom. And then, on the Ninja Speedi side, a little bit different, top tray, and then has this deeper pan. So again, we're gonna pour in all of our pasta, 3 cups of marinara, and then 1.5 cups of the chicken broth itself. Definitely a lot more liquid, would you agree, Jamie, in the Speedi reservoir here?
Definitely.
Now, for the fun part. Our tray sits on top. Now, the big difference between the Speedi and the Combi is the Speedi, any kind of drippings will drip down inside of your pasta or rice or whatever you're cooking. In the Combi, it does not. So we've got 2 decent sized chicken breasts that were dredged in flour, egg wash, and panko breadcrumbs with a little bit of seasoning of just salt and pepper. Nothing too crazy. All right, so we're gonna throw our tray in. Oops, sideways, sorry. All right, so on the Ninja Speedi, we're gonna go Combi, thank you, Jamie. We're gonna go Combi. You can see here, or maybe Jamie can zoom in, it says Combi meals, $3.90. And then we're gonna do our time, we're gonna do 18 minutes. I'm gonna hit start. And then the old trusty Speedi here. We're gonna go rapid Speedi meals on rapid cook.
375.
375. Or maybe, should we do 375 on this too?
This said 390.
Does say 390, okay. 375. Time?
15.
15. All right, so they're both preheating. Yes, there's maybe about a 30-second delay between the two. I don't know how it could do chicken in 15 minutes. I'm always leery when it comes to chicken. We are definitely gonna probe it and make sure the internal temperature is safe and give you an idea of how they cook. So, Jamie and I are not affiliated to any company per se. We are not affiliated to Ninja or any of these companies. We do have an Amazon affiliation link, so the links for Canada, US, and the UK will be in the description of the video for these products, where you can quickly link and show how much they cost where you live. We buy these products on our own, we shoot our own videos, we give you an honest, independent, unbiased opinion on everything that we review. All right, so we're back. Roughly 5 minutes left on both cooks. Wow. We keep joking because we say that this is Jamie's guy. I've been a big fan of the Combi. So Rayo sauce, if you've never had it, we get it at Costco. It's friggin' awesome. Ooh, that would have been embarrassing if I couldn't have opened that. So what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna have to step around this, we're just gonna give a little drizzle of sauce and some mozzarella cheese. So the one downside that I see with the Speedi is that if you wanted to stir your pasta, which Jamie says you don't have to, but if you wanted to, virtually impossible to remove that tray with 2 large chicken breasts on it without making a catastrophic mess. Speaking of mess, that residual cheese will make one. Now, my guy, let's see how the chicken looks. I hope it looks comparable to Jamie's, but I don't know yet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at my guy here, Jamie. Maybe even nicer than Jamie's guy. All right, so a little bit of marinara. Cool, just listen to that crisp. Crisp. Then some cheese, which will be a massive pain to clean afterwards, no doubt. Now, just probably out of spite, I may just pull out my pasta and give it a stir. Just because I can. Not because I need to. Not because that tells me to. Ooh, nice looking. Now, I'd like to say, let's have a look at Jamie's, but we really can't. I mean, Jamie, Jamie and I were just talking off camera. If I'm totally honest, so I have 2 kids. They've been in several videos. They love chicken parm. I don't know why I haven't done this in this Combi yet for them. I don't really know why I haven't, but I haven't. But this is telling me, Mark, you gotta. All right, so these look, I'm not gonna lie, these look unbelievable. They look amazing. So I'm gonna pull shoot. This had a bit of a range of a couple minutes. This was pretty specific for the amount of time, but 1.5 minutes left. I'm gonna pull shoot on this one. Just over 1 minute left on this. I think we're gonna shut this one down as well. Jamie, can you give me a little look-see on that there, please? I mean, it looks unbelievable. Let's pull out, now I'm already dreading cleaning up this cheese off of this tray, dreading it. But it's the average kitchen, and that's just what happens here sometimes. All right, so let's give these a quick probe, just to have an idea. We're looking at, we'll look at my trusty 165. So we got 180 on that one, 174 on that one. All right, so the Speedi probe, 170 and 180. So definitely cooked pretty much, I think I would say almost the same, right, Jamie? Yep. So now, as mentioned before with the Speedi, there's very little to grab onto, like a little tiny tab here, as you can see. So I'm just gonna move that out of the road. Now, have a look at this, Jamie. Can you zoom in here? The advantage of the Speedi. The residual cheese dripped down on top of the pasta. I mean, look at that. That looks unreal. It's unbelievable. All right, so I think we can agree that that looks amazing. Jamie, would you agree?
I would agree.
All right, so let's grab the oven mitt, pull out our tray here. So a little bit of lacking sauce, and I'm a sauce guy, but this had an extra cup of sauce. I'm not sure why that was the recipe, but anyway, it was. But definitely plenty of sauce here. I mean, let's be honest. Let me kind of get organized here and give this a second to cool because it's like molten lava, and let's try it. All right, while we're continuing to wait for this to cool, let's talk about a couple things. The preheat on the Speedi was 9 minutes, roughly, and we're kind of rounding a little bit. And the preheat on the Combi was 5.5 minutes? 5:45. Jamie, we're throwing those 15 seconds there. 5.5, 5:45. So, a little bit of a difference in the preheat. However, the Combi, or the Speedi recipe called for less cook time and actually had a little bit of a lower temperature than the Combi did. So really, at the end of the day, if I'm being honest, they basically finished cooking at the exact same time. This one at $375, this one at $390. I think the only measurable difference you can see here is this. You can see a little bit of more of a crispy char, I guess, to the panko on this than this side. Both equally crispy. Of course, when you add marinara and you add cheese, you're gonna lose some of the crunch on your chicken parm. So if you prefer it to be crunchy all the way through, then don't add those ingredients or the ingredients to your chicken. So let's just throw a little bit of pepper on our pasta here. So let's try this one. Okay, so for me, that one's cooked perfect. Still firm, but not too firm. I gotta get Jamie a fork here. I'm gonna say, Jamie, please be honest. I'm gonna say they are cooked the exact same. Now, do you prefer it a little bit more al dente?
Slightly more.
Slightly, okay. Do you see a difference between the two?
It's very close, for sure.
Like almost immeasurable.
Yeah.
All right.
Very close.
So let's try a piece of chicken now. I'll give you a little cutaway here. Very, very, very nice. Very, very good. I mean, do you lose some of the crunch on your panko because we threw marinara on it? Absolutely. Really nice. I would say the panko looks better on this one. I mean, it's very good. Jamie, can you try, there's a couple pieces of chicken there.
I would say the combi is crunchier, Speedi is a little juicier.
Okay. So I would say very hard to measure any difference between the two.
Very close.
Very, very close. So we're gonna run through a few stats here. I wanna measure a couple things and talk through about price point, a few things like that. Give me a second to kind of get organized here and we'll be right back. All right, so let's talk about these two products. I wanna give you some measurements so that you can make an educated decision based on what you think would be best for your own family. So I am a family of four, two boys who are growing, eating a lot. So I don't think that the Speedi would be sufficient enough, not necessarily on the pasta side, but I don't know, and maybe we could have tried that. I don't think you'd get 4 decent sized chicken breasts on this. Maybe you would. Jamie, have you ever done 4 on this? Okay, Jamie's saying you could. Okay, it'd be tighter fit. So the overall measurement on this, and we're gonna give it to you in inches, just over 8 inches by 8 inches. So not huge. The reservoir itself, which you can do pasta and rice and so on and so forth, is just over 10 inches by 10 inches, but it's quite deep. It's about 5 inches deep. So you can get a lot in that. Let's talk about the combi here. So good size tray, and I must say as well, it's hard for you to see this on camera. It's very, very heavy duty, but you're looking at just under 12 inches by 12 inches. And the pot tray itself, 10 by 12, but nowhere near as deep. You're looking at 2 inches deep. So there are some differences between the two. I mean, as we mentioned and we sort of joked about, and Jamie talked about, there is no need to have to stir the bottom side of whatever you're cooking in this, but it is nice to be able to do that. And I think where Ninja may have erred is this little tiny lip, and I don't even know if you could see it, it's maybe only raised by 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch, is a very, very small thing to have to try to grab to lift. And likely that's because you don't have to stir what's underneath. All right, so let's talk about price point. We just took a quick look on Ninja USA. We're just shooting this video sort of at the backside of Black Friday and the craziness that brings. It's early December here, as you can see by my wife's new Christmas garland that she's very excited about above my head. So right now they are both on sale, but the regular price, $199 for the Ninja Speedi and $229 for the combi. So $30 US difference between the two. So that may be a factor for you as well. The other thing to mention as well is you definitely would be struggling to use this on a countertop where you don't have a lot of depth if you have overhead counters, because you need, in order to open that door, you need 20 inches of clearance to open up that lid. Whereas the combi, because it's front loading as you saw during the video, is 13 inches high. So Another factor that may change things for you, small window, no window on this. Cleaning. Now, as I mentioned, Jamie's done a lot of use on this. Jamie recently did a bit of a deeper clean on the element aspect, and Jamie, maybe do you have a comment on that, or?
It's just very difficult, if not possible, to get under the element to get to the fan.
Okay, and I'm sure if Jamie was an engineer, he would be able to remove the different screws and maybe have to move some electrical, I'm not sure. Now, if I'm being totally honest, which he would never do. If it was up to Jamie, this whole thing would go in the dishwasher. And maybe we should mention that as well. Jamie, these two parts can go in the dishwasher, same with these two parts as well. Now, the Ninja Combi, as you could probably see if I pull these out, is very clean, and full disclosure, it's because it just hasn't been used a whole lot. The advantage of the average kitchen, because we buy so many products, I think we reviewed, I don't know, 25 or 30 air fryer kind of cookers, whatever. You get sort of the pick of the litter as to what you're gonna keep and what you're not gonna keep. And I really like this. We reviewed it about a month and a half ago or 2 months ago. I just haven't used it. So that's why it still looks so clean. All right, so ultimately, what would we choose? As I mentioned, I have a family of 4. I don't know, maybe it would be suitable. Jamie's a family of 2, which may be changing in the near future to a family of 3. But right now, Jamie said this is a perfect size for him and his wife. And they actually have pots and pans drawers that they can put it in a drawer and slide it away. Jamie's got strict rules at home, nothing on the countertop. For me, I'd probably go with the Combi just because of the size and the volume that you can cook in it with a little bit of a bigger surface area, especially on the upper portion for your proteins. So that's your video. We'd love to hear from you. What would you choose? Have you bought one of these? Do you own both? Don't forget to let us know where you're from. Jamie and I are both world travelers. I've been all kinds of countries all over the world. I actually heard from someone from Denmark the other day, which was really, really cool because it's a country that I'd love to visit. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and keep on watching.